So, my first question is based on your understanding of Herzberg's two factor theory of job satisfaction, what types of incentives or employee programs are most likely to reduce job dissatisfaction? What types of incentives or employee programs are most likely to increase job satisfaction? So, for my answer, I put based on my understanding of Herzberg's two factor theory of job satisfaction, the types of incentives that are most likely to reduce job dissatisfaction include fair salaries, good employee benefits, job security, good working conditions, good interpersonal work relations, and a focus on a work life balance. According to the theory, hygiene factors must be satisfied before motivator factors can occur. With my examples, I am making sure hygiene factors are first fulfilled. The types of employee programs most likely to reduce job dissatisfaction include paying employees a fixed percentage of profit, of having employee recreational programs just for fun, of future job expectancy programs. So employees know how their job's gonna go in the future, and with PTO, paid time off services. Hygiene factors are meant to prevent dissatisfaction in a job. These factors are not meant to be the main causes of job satisfaction. Hygiene factors are a methodology of clearing factors that would hurt the main causes of job satisfaction. Motivators are actually the main causes of job satisfaction in the theory. The types of incentives slash employee programs most likely to increase job satisfaction include motivator factors. Motivator factors build on hygiene factors and provide true job satisfaction, and this is according to the theory. Incentives that would increase job satisfaction include status, recognition, achievement, responsibility, a sense of personal achievement, challenging work, opportunity for advancement, promotion, and growth. Employee programs that would increase job satisfaction include programs with clear tasks needed for promotion, programs that show off the job status, appreciation programs, reward programs, personal handshake and congratulations programs for someone who just got the job or someone who just got promoted. Basically, a thank you type of congratulations program. And programs for more advanced work. So if people want to challenge themselves, they can go through that instead of being stuck if their work is too easy. An essential part of all these listed programs is that they provide the main causes of job satisfaction and uphold strong commitment from the employee. The motivator part is very different with the strong commitment part. So the second question is, compare McClelland's acquired needs theory and its emphasis on needs being shaped by experience and cultural background over time to Maslow's hierarchy of needs and erg theory. Of these theories, which do you think provides the most useful and realistic explanation for human development and motivation? Why? So for my answer, I put McClelland's acquired needs theory is different from the erg theory and Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory because McClelland's theory is about your needs developing over time with you. These needs are more mental-based needs that are deeper than plain needs like hunger. These needs are more psychology-based needs. Erg theory and Maslow's theory include both mental-based needs and plain needs like hunger. So they include both the psychology-based needs and like the hunger-based needs, the essential needs. Whereas McClelland's theory is more specific. McClelland's theory only includes the deeper mental-based needs. However, McClelland's theory is also more specific on what mental-based needs are important. McClelland's theory goes more in depth. The three needs in McClelland's theory is the need for achievement, the need for affiliation, and the need for power. The erg theory is more generalized than McClelland's theory from its deeper mental-based needs consisting of relatedness needs and growth needs. Relatedness needs are love/belonging needs. Growth needs are esteem needs and self-actualization needs. These needs aren't specific enough. They're only generalized. McClelland's theory has exact needs listed. Maslow's needs also aren't specific enough because they don't directly connect the deep mental-based needs, the deep psychology mental-based needs. Maslow's hierarchy only lists the needs. It doesn't say how each need is specifically related. McClelland's theory needs are built off of experience rather than a universal chart that generalizes everyone's needs. McClelland's needs are not objective and are subjective to the specific person. The needs of the other theories are more objective than subjective. This is because McClelland's needs are learned needs through background and thought, whereas the other needs are ones that automatically form without the personal preference of someone. These other needs are based on hierarchy and are dependent on each other, whereas McClelland's needs are connected and not based on hierarchy. Now for the second part of the question. Of these theories, the one that I think that provides the most useful and realistic explanation for human development and motivation is the McClelland's acquired needs theory. I think this theory is the most realistic one because it takes away needs that are taken for granted. Let me explain. I think the most basic needs like food and water don't impact the person who someone is. I think these most basic needs only get people to focus less on who they are as a person and more on just basic survival. McClelland's theory is also the most realistic theory because it is the most specific one on the needs that impact who someone is as a person. Lastly, McClelland's theory is the most realistic theory because it is based on cultural background, experiences, and preferences. This is how life is. It is a learned theory, unlike the others. And it's very relevant for life because things change. People's development and motivation changes based on the situation around them. McClelland's theory adjusts for natural human changes. This is why McClelland's theory is the most realistic one out of the three. And now for my third question. Assume you are a manager of an auto dealership and all your salespeople, employees are achieving the goals they have set for themselves in terms of weekly car sales. On the surface, this would seem to be a good thing. However, what could be the problem with this? And for my answer, I put the problem with the sales employees achieving all their weekly goals in terms of car sales is that the listed goals were probably way too easy to complete. If everyone in a large enough group completes their goals, then the goals were likely way too easy. Statistically, in a group composed of medium difficulty, at least one or more people are highly likely to not complete their goals. This is because everyone in a group is different. Some will work harder than others, some will be lazier than others, some will be smarter than others, and etc. And you get it. In the group, it wouldn't make sense for all the hard workers to, for an example, in the group, it wouldn't make sense for all the hard workers to complete their goals while all the slackers also complete their goals. The results should have had a discrepancy between those who succeeded and those who failed. Not everyone should have succeeded. It would also have been unlikely for all of the listed goals to have been accomplished, because there would have been likely at least one person who couldn't complete their work due to an outside work situation, such as an emergency or getting sick. If everyone completed their goals, then these goals were so easy that someone could have done these goals in a limited time window. Work goals that are of medium difficulty should be able to be completed if you're at the job full-time. If these goals can be completed part-time, then the goals are likely way too easy and aren't difficult enough. And for my last question, the last question is, to what extent are perceptions of procedural justice versus distributive justice a matter of perception? Could managers reduce inaccurate perceptions of workplace inequities? Procedural justice is a matter of perception to a small to medium extent. Let me explain. Procedural justice is more objectively based and is less likely to be affected by perception. Typically, people will agree on what general rules should be made. However, there will always be people who disagree with certain rules and think these rules should have gone another way. An example of this is the American law system, or the American justice system. Generally, people agree that the U.S. judicial system is fair in the U.S. However, there are some people who disagree with small parts of it. Because procedures generally are brought from the combined efforts of many, the general population normally doesn't have a perception issue with public procedures because it's meant to benefit everyone, so everyone comes together to create it. For the second part of the question, distributive justice is a matter of perception to a medium to large extent. Let me explain. Distributive justice is more of a matter of perception compared to procedural justice because there is more of a divide among how outcomes should be fairly allocated. In distributive justice, it is more personal and is less designed for the general populace. Here, the processes for determining what is fair isn't derived from the design of the many. There are many variances in distributive justice. For example, two people can think that employee A should get a promotion, but one thinks employee B should be relocated somewhere else. There's just so many different things that can happen in this type of justice. In distributive justice, you have more people thinking they are right, since the matter typically is one that is personal. And obviously, the more personal, the more different perceptions there can be about a situation. And now for the other part of the question. Managers could reduce inaccurate perceptions of workplace inequities by having a predetermined answer for a theoretical situation, by having a company voting system based on the popular answer that is anonymous, and by having a suggestion box with anonymous solutions. The last two are kind of the same thing. For example, a company can have a code of ethics that already lists how the company will act. The company having an anonymous polling system could also be great for reducing perceptions of workplace inequities. Workplace inequities could be reduced because you can now easily identify the most popular opinion and go with it, thus getting the least amount of divide as possible. But to improve it, you could also gather the other opinions and come up with a mixed bag of solutions in order to appease everyone. For example, let's say the most popular response was we should give like 50% of, let's say, the bonus to the group of employee A, the group of employee A's. But some people, let's say like 10% wanted an employee B to get the promotion, to get the raise. Well, then we would adjust for that accordingly. All right, thank you. All right, bet.